So, in order to be able to start a date, you first have to go to a location. Now, the locations that we've seen for some of the videos are the Ferris wheel, which I talked about in this video, and a cafe, and also the dance club. Now, when you get to these places, you will then be given the option to invite any one of the female characters that are available in the game to actually hang out with you on a date. And at that point, all you have to do is to select the character that you want to hang out with, and the date will start. Hey, what is up guys, it's Mordant. Now, TGS ended yesterday, but like I've been saying in most of my videos, the Ananta coverage is not going to stop. I still have a few more videos that are planned, and there are still more details about the game that keep coming out even though TGS has ended. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss coverage on any of those, and also if you're interested in news videos, challenge videos, discussion videos, and lore videos for any of the games that you can see on screen right now. You can also follow me on Twitter and also join the Discord in order to be able to discuss with me. But with that being said, I want to explain the dating system in the game and also share my thoughts on that. So let's just quickly get into it. So, before I actually talk about the dates themselves, I want to point out something in the phone. So in this clip, we can see that the MC brings out his phone in order to be able to invite this character to go out on a date with him. But look over here, that looks like an energy system of sorts. We can also see these hearts that are next to the characters, which at this point in time look like broken hearts. So I think for the people who are very curious, that there might be a way for you to actually get into a relationship with some of these characters. That remains to be seen, of course. It's not confirmed. Please, this is not confirmed. This is just my own speculation. But I think that the more dates you go on with these characters, the more affection that these characters will have for you. And at some point, you might even be able to actually date these characters, similar to a GTA game. Now, getting back to that energy system that I was talking about before, I don't know how this is going to work. We don't have any idea exactly how this is going to work, or if we actually do and I don't know about it, please let me know down in the comments. But as of right now, it seems that this dating system is going to be limited by time. So basically, I'm thinking that this is going to be a system where you can date characters a certain number of times per day, and then you'd need to come back the next day in order to be able to continue dating those characters. Basically, you need to wait some certain amount of time for the energy to actually recharge so you can actually continue those dates. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I thought. Let me hear your thoughts about this down in the comments. Now, as for the dates themselves, it seems that all of the dates are going to have different kinds of interactions with you. For example, if we look at this clip of the date with Mechanika at the dance club, we can see that the MC is basically forced to dance, and this is the first time that we see the dancing minigame in this game. And by the way, just a very quick side note, these moves that I'm seeing right here scream Devil May Cry. I don't know for sure if they took references, but this is hands down Dante's dancing from DMC, and no one can tell me otherwise. That aside, we can also see that on the date with NMO in the cafe, you can also share food and discuss and do a lot of things. Now, the date in the Ferris wheel was very clearly bugged, but I think it was also the most disappointing out of all of the dates that I saw. Like, from what I could see here, the only thing you can really do is like look out of the Ferris wheel. And yes, for some people this might actually be fine. Just be able to sit down in the Ferris wheel, no discussing, no nothing, just sit in you guys' silence. That's fine. But I think that the game should have more options. Maybe I just didn't pay attention very well in this clip because I was very distracted by the fact that Dila is clearly looking at someone sitting next to her, but the person that she's looking at is just standing. that was just so strange to me. So maybe I got distracted by that and I didn't actually see that there were other options that were available for us to be able to do while in the Ferris wheel. But the Ferris wheel date was also sort of the shortest date, or maybe the person who was playing ended the date early. I don't know for sure, but I really hope that aside from the Ferris wheel, maybe we can have dates in amusement parks where instead of having to just go to only the Ferris wheel, we can go to different rides and attractions and have more of a fun time with the characters. I actually like how detailed the system is. It looks like it's going to be a little bit of fun for the people who care about it. So with all of that being said, let's talk about my thoughts about the dating system. So, I have a little bit of a nitpick with the dating system. So, we already know that in order to be able to start a date, you have to first of all be at the location of that date. Then you need to call the character and then they will come to where the date is. Now, I have a little bit of a problem with this. Now, I want to preface it by saying that this was only one way that the dating system was shown. All of the things that I'm about to talk about could already be in the game, but I just didn't see them, so I'm still going to talk about them. So, I wanted the ability to be able to, instead of actually being at the place where the date is actually supposed to happen, be on our own, maybe after we're done with a mission, right? And then call up the characters, say, hey, you want to hang out? The character says yes, and then we can go and pick the characters up and then actually hang out with the characters. So basically, you call them, you pick them up, and then you choose what location you go to for the date. This is very, very similar to what GTA 5 does, where you can call the characters, and then when you call the character, if they accept, you can go and pick them up and then go to a place where you guys can actually hang out like bros. That is what I mainly expect from a dating system in the game. But like I said, this could already be in the game and we just don't know about it because there isn't really a lot of time for people to test out every single thing at TGS. They have to make way for other people to actually be able to try out the game. So maybe that's the reason why we didn't actually get to see this in the system. But that remains to be seen, of course. Poeticsid Mordant here. So I wanted to actually highlight something. In the first ever trailer that Ananta gave us, we can actually see these clips that you can see on screen right now, and we can see characters going to meet other characters. I think that this might actually be representation of exactly what I was just complaining about in the other clip. I just wanted to put it in here because I'm very sure someone is going to talk about it. We are not sure if that's what it is, but if it is, I'll take my L. If it's not, then sure. Another very small nitpick, which is actually pretty much tied to the last point that I talked about, is the fact that I don't like the fact that the characters just appear immediately you call them. Like, it's like as though they're just pulled out of thin air and then they just magically appear. Like, I would like the option to maybe when we're sitting down in the cafe or even at the dance club or at the Ferris wheel, but the character is not there with us, then when we call them, we actually have to wait for the character to actually show up, and we can see the timer somewhere on screen saying the character will be here in X amount of time. Some people may not like this detail. I think it's going to be a little thing that some people will actually appreciate. Maybe they can also give us the option to skip the waiting time for the people who actually don't want to sit around waiting for the character to actually show up. Or you can just give the character things to do while they wait. Allow them to be able to play a game on their phone or do something else. It's really a small thing, but I would really appreciate if I could see that in the game. But then I am hoping that the game also allows you to just not actually have to be in a relationship with these characters, because I personally am not really interested in being in a relationship with any of the characters. Like, sure we can go out, we can hang out from time to time, but I don't care about actually dating you. Like, unless it has some benefit in game, what am I using that to do? That's my personal opinion, of course. I'm not saying that that should be the case for you, but for me personally, I'm not interested in dating any of the characters, and I really hope that if we go out on Hangouts with all of these characters, that they don't actually automatically force you into a relationship with that character. I hope you're given the freedom to actually just stay friends and not have to worry about all of the other shenanigans that comes along with it. But like I said before, that's just a me thing. But let me hear your thoughts about the dating system down below in the comments. What are the things you guys would like to see added to the system? What are the things you guys would like to see removed from the system? Basically, what suggestions would you give the devs? I will be working on a things that fans want from Ananta video sometime soon. That will be after my Silver Palace video and maybe the Wuthering Waves video. So make sure to either leave your thoughts about things that you want the devs of Ananta to add to the game, to add to the dating system down in the comments so that I can actually compile them, or you can go over to the Discord and actually leave them there for me. But with all of that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace, guys.